Okay, so I'm trying to start this end because we seem to be having some problems, and Tom cannot see my request for all of the other requests that you're sending him. Wow, okay. And you're all requesting to go live with me now. Yes, Tom, Feltbeats. Hang on, sorry. Okay. All right. I can see why this is so difficult. Hi. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Go live with. Oh, I see. There are some requests, but none of them are Tom. Yes, on Feltbeats, Tom. Okay. Thank you for all the nice things you're saying about my hair. Requests. No, still no Tom. Okay, well, I'll just hang out here and hopefully he will see it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, it's so difficult to like press things. Aha! I think I found him. Hi, yeah! It says waiting for Tom now. Answer the call, Tom. Yeah,
ha
connecting.
ha ha!
Aha! Hi!
Such a tech wizard.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Can you hear me?
I'm only a muggle, but I do try. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can. Yes, vividly clear. Yes. Now, is this still going to go out to the people that were on before?
It's in new live, so it's whoever has joined this little live. Yeah.
As in, like, but either or, I'm saying. Does it still say on their thing, I've gone live?
I think so. I think it'll come up and say Tom Felton's going live with official Feltbeats.
Great.
Yeah.
You look very fetching this evening.
Oh, thank you. I actually have to go and get shopping today, so it's my first time out of the house in like 4 days. So you've got to dress up, you know.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
Shout out to all the
totally.
Feltbeats crew. Years of support.
Yes.
Hey, you can hear it? Oh, yeah. Roger that. Thank you, Derek. Tech guy, yeah. Behind the scenes, we all know it. So how's your week been?
Yeah, look, actually my week's been pretty exciting. I'm having a kitchen installed, so that's nice.
Oh, my day. The height. No, seriously, what you countertops or the whole thing?
No, like the whole thing. Yeah.
Any DIY, or are you going to get someone else to do it?
No, I'm totally paying other people with much more expertise than myself to do that job. Yeah.
Yeah. Derek and I have done the same sort of thing, but there's something good about trying. You know,
Yes.
we bloody piping shelves. It looks so cool on the picture. Lo and behold, it comes in 1,000 bloody pieces. And Derek started to try and put it together, and that was it. It was like manliness inside him said, "There's no way I'm going to let this beat me," and he didn't. He was there 6 hours later, still fiddling with it. So
I actually really enjoy putting those kind of flat packs together or something. It's like a big 3D puzzle.
yeah, IKEA do. I don't know what brand I bought, but it was some aftermarket. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, picking the wrong brand again, Felton. Jeez.
What have I agreed to do? What are we doing? This is exciting because I'm very new to this idea of actually looking at the words on the bottom of the screen. I'm ignoring that people are actually watching. It's haunting when you think, oh yeah, all these people. But so what's the crack? See these? Oh, here we go. Yeah. So these are names of people that right now. Is Willow sleeping? Yeah. No, she's just looking for more food, I think.
Cool.
Okay, great.
We've put out the call to ask people for questions, and I'm going to ask you some of them, and hopefully you'll have an answer of some description.
I love it, and I know I'll go off on tangents, so I'll try and keep it short and sweet.
Okay, all right. Well, some of them are pretty deep
And
questions.
what's that,
All
mate?
right. Some of them are pretty deep questions, so you can take your time with some of them.
Okay.
All
Can we start
right,
with
how about we start at the very beginning? So people want to know how you started to learn to play guitar.
It's a good memory, actually. It was, my mum bought it from a car boot sale. Talk about quick answers straight away. I'm off on one. Boot sale in England is, I think, what you guys call in America swap meet. No, swap meet. Do they have these in Australia? So a car boot sale
we kind of
essentially
had like markets.
like 20 people or 30 people that are selling shit from their house. They drive to a car parking lot and essentially just open the boots of the car, which is, again, a trunk, I think, for the Americans. And they sell shit. Not like dodgy shit, but like, old clothes or books or, naff stuff. Every Sunday I used to go to a car boot sale with my mum and family. I used to get 20p, which was, I think, probably less than 50 cents. But yeah, I actually used to be able to get stuff. And anyway, when I stopped going there, I was 17 years old or 18 years old, I think. And my mum brought a 10-pound guitar. It looked pretty similar to this, to be fair. Although it was battered and old and nylon stringed. But I just really started getting into Bob Marley, I think, and Jack Johnson. I remember the first one was Redemption of the Songs. Do you know that track from... I think I used to do the reggae. It was terrible, but... Pirates, yes, they were by. Sold out to the merchant ships. The endless generation. Triumphantly. Won't you help me sing? My guitar is out of tune again. It's all I want is the guitar in tune. Is that still yours? Is that still yours?
No, it's both yours.
Oh, sweet. Really?
Let's give you a backup.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got to tune this bad boy. Wait, if I leave the app, will it just pause?
I have no clue, dude.
All right, you must be the expert here. You said you're going to guide me tech world of the modern thing in Spanish.
I've never gone live with someone on Instagram before.
Okay.
Okay, I think Tom's paused. All right. So just while he's doing that, hopefully you can still hear me. Is that right? Ooh. Okay.
Is it working?
I think so. You paused for a little bit.
Sorry, that was me tuning my guitar.
Oh, all good. Yeah. All right. So you kind of told us about the first song that you learned to play. Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
On the guitar, yeah. Time isn't healing. No, is it? Time isn't healing. She's harder. Pretty sick of staring at my ceiling, and I can't help the way I feel about you. Oh my god, I haven't thought
That's
that
it. That's
ever.
the one.
And annoying. It's exactly the same as one of my new ones, so I'm still playing the same shit.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, no, I like that one. That was a fun one. Tick tock goes the clock. Oh, I thought I was very good with that. Very clever.
Time is going slow. Time is going so slow, and I'm supposed to be half asleep a couple of hours ago or something like that. Yeah.
This is why I never sing. I know I'll get it wrong.
And other people will know the lyrics better than you.
Feltbeats, yeah. First, I was like, oh wow, people are actually writing down what I say, so you could actually read it. Because I'd never written it down, so it was nice. It's a nice reminder to know that it's still there.
Yeah, you can always go and look it up if you need to.
I do. I have to find out what it is. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So when you're writing a new song, do you start with the music first, or do you start with lyrics?
Probably melody. I probably would have started with that being. I think one follows the other. See, I was excuse me, I was a rapper far before I was a singer. So I used to write. Well, I still do. There's literally boxes and boxes and boxes of old rap notebooks that are filled up. So I was familiar with how to write in that sort of method. That's why a lot of my songs are not only poorly sung, because they follow a kind of rap style. So yeah, I suppose slowly but surely. The only reason the guitar was even interesting at first was because I used to rip the samples to put into beats. In my early teens, when I thought I was the next Eminem, I used to steal Jack Johnson's opening 4 bars or 8 bars, and then loop it, and then add my own bass and add my own drums. And slowly but surely, I fell in love with the guitar through that. Really, so it was kind of convenient.
Well, that's one of my favorite Picasso quotes. You know, is that good artists borrow, great artists steal. You know, so
true. And I
solid
stole that.
foundation.
That's all we do. That's all we do, really. We just watch movies and listen to music from different periods, and then sort of just pick little bits out. It's so great now because you've got these websites that you can just type in any old song and it's there, out. You know, it's great. And tutorials, crikey. Say hello, Wells. I think she's pissed off about the food thing. She thought she was going to get more.
She's used to living that fast-paced life.
Absolutely. Where were we? Sorry, I got lost.
No, that's all right. That actually leads into another question. Were you talking about tutorials? Would you ever consider putting up tabs of your work so other people could learn it?
I would love that. Yeah, I mean, again, speaking about these Instagram live videos, I don't ever look back at them, and I don't know how many people watch them. And this is the beauty, because even you and I can have a relatively intimate chat, and there probably is hundreds of people looking at it, but I don't see them. So as long as I ignore the messages, then I feel like so I really, really love Instagram Live for that reason. And I'm also very grateful that Feltbeats saves them, because my mum does not have Instagram, so she gets her weekly dose through you guys. So
Sandra does an excellent job of ripping them from the internet. I have no idea how she does it, but she sends it to me and then I upload them. So
all the tech support from Feltbeats. I think you know how useless I am by now, I think.
Oh, I might have a little idea. Yeah. It's all right. All right. So I'm about to ask you the big music question. I hope you're ready for it.
Right, hit me.
Okay. Are you going to release an album?
I mean, yes, is the answer. I would love to. It's one of missions. I also want to write a musical. I also want to write for other people. It's just, it's one of those things. Any time that I've ever gone into the studio to record stuff, it's always been for fun. And I really enjoy that part of it, at least. And it's very experimental, and usually it comes out sounding nothing like what I came in with, which goes both ways. But it's just the idea of selling it, really, isn't it? Or the idea of sharing it and how to do it. And that's what I love about the Instagram Live videos, because it's direct. It's only here for 24 hours. But at the same time, I hate the fact that I don't have a lot of my earlier work on record or on CD or on MP3s or whatever. So I'm always scouring my old friends to be like, send me this tune that I did, or whatever it is. Again, another reason why Feltbeats are amazing, because you've archived it for me, so I won't be able to forget about it. But yeah, it's definitely yes is the answer. Definitely yes. I just want to find the right person to work with. I feel like a Paul without a Ringo.
Oh.
Useless. Excuse my French. Sorry.
Well, that's another good question. If you could collaborate with another artist, who would you pick? Would it be Paul McCartney?
I fear I would, but I just feel like I'd intimidate him. You know? He's a huge fan, I know. So we met very aloof.
Yeah, you know, Rihanna and Kanye West, nothing compared to you.
Well, that reminds me. This is a very poignant thing that was said to me, and it's just stuck with me forever. You know, never, ever name drop. Just don't do it. Paul McCartney taught me that, and Ringo, and then Jimi Hendrix walked in and was really happy with it. Sorry.
Oh, you're a joker.
No, it would be probably Ed Sheeran or someone like that. Tom Fletcher, I'm a massive fan of his. Danny Jones, the McFly Boys. In fact, James Bourne and I've been a massive fan of James Bourne. He was the lead singer of Busted, like back in the day.
Yep.
Great singer-songwriter, and also does musical scorings and so forth. So he's someone that I've been inspired by recently to work with. That would be cool. Because these guys, they take it seriously. They know what to do. Yeah. The format, it's a bit like making you can just turn up with a bunch of people and a camera, but the formula that they've used so far over the years has been pretty fruitful, so it's good to listen to. These guys have made albums, they stuff, so it's cool to have friends like that where you can lean on them, and well, hope that it rubs off on you a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So the last sort of song that you put up properly was Blue Skies. Do you want to tell us a bit about that one?
Blue skies for you. It's about my mom. My mom has written donkeys years ago. She was her business was coming into trouble because she was working with someone that was really a misogynistic prick, for lack of a better words, and she was down. I don't know when I wrote it, don't know how, but yeah, it was definitely about her. And she enjoys it because it's a sad song, really. Like,
yeah.
Away for you for the rest of your life, because there'll be no more tears to shed. But really, it's supposed to be uplifting.
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably sort of an appropriate song to release at this kind of time, you know, because we're all sort of looking for, you know, blue skies at the end of all of this, you know.
Absolutely. And there was this really odd experience. I'm not sure if you've experienced this or anyone listening has, where it's obviously this is unprecedented, so there's nothing really, but there's a lot of time in the unknown and in slightly perilous thoughts of like, who knows when this is going to end, who knows what's going to happen to loved ones, etc., etc. And then there's another side of it, which is like, even this, is that the desire for human contact has been more than ever. And I think we were all under some sort of consumerist, or the West certainly was in a very selfish mind frame, I think. I think that any way you want the economy, where capitalism is... then that's the main thing. Personal wealth is more important than anything else. And we've just seen so many stories, especially from England, of volunteers and the NHS, obviously the National Health Service there, the people that put themselves on the front lines. They really deserve a massive salute, really. Because I heard someone say a nice, old Tom, did you read the story about this old 100-year-old guy in England? Yeah. He walked 100 laps and he was trying to raise like $5,000 and he won 90. He managed to cultivate £19 million for the health service for the people that are on the front line. And he was saying that he's a war veteran. In his day, it was him, and in this day, it's them. And it's not something to be taken for granted, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what have you been doing to keep sort of mentally and physically fit whilst you're in isolation with Derek?
Nightmare. Just trying to get up. Physically fit, it's a bit difficult. Although I do take Willow out every day for a run. But I'm gonna, one of us is running. The other one's on an electric skateboard usually. I do take around the golf courses when they start to, after when the sun goes down, you're allowed to sort of walk around for a lot. But other than that, it's been Netflix and chill. There you go. Tiger King's up. We have a little TV out here, and we've been watching marathons. Really, we've been doing. Derek's like a massive film fan, although he's into far more geeky things than I am. I'll let him bore you with the Spider-Man nonsense.
Oh, it's not boring to me. I'm a big Marvel fan.
Well, you can have your own Q&A with him. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
He loves movies, man, and so it's nice. Every day we watch. Well, it's something always on. Today was, yesterday was Hook. I think today was Money Pit. So we're doing like a Spielberg thing at the moment.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we've got to do some Harry Potter questions because I'm never going to hear the end of it.
There are many other things as well. There are many other things. I've been putting off learning like software programming for a long time, as far as music, and it's half the reason I don't have a bloody album, because I don't know the programs that well. So I've made it a task of mine to do an hour every day and get myself back on that. Otherwise, it's just looking after little Willow, really. She keeps us more than entertained, and every morning she wakes up and welcomes you as if she's never seen you before, or never seen you for a long time, which is nice.
Does she get to sleep in the bed with you? That was another question.
She doesn't. Well, Willow's not allowed in any bedroom. I'd rather be very strict with her when she's young, and then allow business later on. Like, she never gets separation anxiety. She doesn't whine really at all. She's very independent while always needing some human contact. Like, personal space does not exist to her. Every morning, that's morning, she's just like, her nose is in your face. She just really, and she does this bizarre thing while I'm rambling. Because the swimming pool here, she loves to chuck the little fluffy cactus in, and she jumps in and swims after it. But if you jump in, or a human jumps in, then I think she thinks you're drowning, so she jumps in to try and save you. She's very, very she's barking, and she's quite. But of course, the only way she can save you is just to sort of scratch you on the. So Derek has been getting hammered quite a lot by Willow, which I encourage, to be fair.
Oh, how did you come to get Willow? How did you adopt her?
It was a bizarre story, actually, yeah, because it's one of those serendipitous moments where Timber, my last dog, it'd been a couple of years now at least, and it was one of those times where I just thought, yeah, I'd really, what's a home without a dog? It's just a house. Well, and literally as I thought that, I was looking online for various breeds just to see what would tickle my interest, and a friend of mine called. Long story short, someone bought her somewhere in California, and with a husband and wife took it back to their house, and then after 4 days they took it back to the breeder to say, we had no idea that dogs eat and shit. And it's like, yeah, no shit, this is what happens with a dog. So they were trying to get a refund, and of course the guy's like, look, I can't give you a refund, man. Like, the money's been taken. So it was a case of, that's when my friend called me and was like, look, this dog's going to go to a shelter or a kennel or whatever it is, unless someone takes her. So of course I got in my car. 4 hours later, she was in my arms.
Oh, that's a lovely story.
I wish she stayed forever.
Oh, that's very heartwarming, Tom.
No, you know what it is? It sounds like it. I just was so lucky. I was so lucky because I've banned myself in some ways to going to adoption parties or whatever they do. There's a lot of them in California, especially LA. Because I know I'll take 12 of them home. And I'm not saying it wouldn't be a good thing, but yeah, had to put a limit. One's enough for now.
Okay, so she's not going to be getting a sibling anytime soon?
With me, who knows? A dog walked in here now and just pined a bit, I would welcome them into the family.
That sounds about right.
All right.
All right, okay. I seriously got to do some Potter questions now, because otherwise I'm going to get like hate mail and stuff, okay?
Good.
Okay, so I think we actually asked you this question in the last one, but it kind of got cut off at the end, and so I didn't include it. So we're coming back to it. So, do you miss playing Draco?
Yes. Oh, I don't miss playing. I miss him. I miss being him. I miss him. He was a good person to be. It's fun, you know. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I can say I miss him as a person, not playing it. Really, it's not a case of like loving the process. It was just he's a character, isn't he?
He's
But,
certainly that. Yes.
you know what's bizarre? I don't feel really like he's gone. Still feel like that it was just yesterday. And I look at pictures now and go, bloody hell, Felton, you're getting a bit old. And it's funnier when I go around to like kids' hospitals and stuff and go, ta-da, it's Draco. And I'm like, who the hell is that old guy? I hold up myself up next to me and go, I promise you it's
me. Oh, well, what do you think that the Malfoys would be doing whilst in isolation from this Muggle disease?
I mean, Christ alive! Now you're stepping me into waters unwaded. I mean, just being completely miserable. I can't think of a worse than in the mouth. I imagine keeping themselves and Lucius drinking himself into a stupor, and Helen, McCrory, Narcissa,
yes, yes,
knitting. Draco needed a lot. So.
All right, that's not the answer I was expecting, but great.
Well, what were you expecting, for crying out loud? Like, what was the obvious answer?
I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not Narcissa knitting. No.
No.
All right. What do you think that your Patronus would be?
A dog. If like Tom, definitely it would be. I'll tell you what my Patronus would look like. That. Is she? No.
Yeah,
Willow,
lying on the ground.
Willow, wake up, look lively, shake your tail, wag your tail. If you, she's literally like pissed. That was on your schedule, was it? Go back to sleep.
Oh. Well, what do you think Draco's would be then? That's another question that's never answered in the book. A snake?
Obvious choice, yeah. I mean, I don't really know, yeah, what the appropriate factors are to determine it, but yeah, he seems quite slithery, slimy, and I'm quite fuzzy.
Some people think it would be a ferret.
Well, that's ridiculous. The ferret was a punishment installed by someone else. In fact, that was the least likely animal it would be, hence the humiliation, I think. Good, but ferrets are lovely, though. I do like a ferret.
They are mischievous, but lovely.
One that was on set that day, yeah. It was because they're famous for climbing up trouser legs. This is what they do, yeah. And they got a nasty set of teeth on them. Luckily, I wasn't actually the ferret, so.
You didn't have to climb up Jamie's leg.
I mean, they offered it to me, but
all right then. What about what your greatest fear is? What your boggart would be?
Mine?
Yeah.
Christ alive! Oh,
it's a tough one.
What would it look like? I mean, because that might bring us to some real dark shit. I don't want to say things like terrible afflictions of the human anatomy, but or even the late. No. What do I want to do? Oh, I suppose some sort of spider-ish thing. I'm bizarre, really. I'm on two sides of a spectrum where if I'm with my older brother, he is Mr. DIY. He puts shelves up like no man's business. If he's there, then I can sort of cower, and he'll be the dude. See, what's like this anchor always getting caught. And then when it's the opposite, if I'm there with, say, a lady friend or a younger friend who's scared of them, I jump into sort of Action Jackson mode and handle shit. But yeah, a snake with 8 legs would be pretty terrifying.
That would certainly be terrifying, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
oh my God.
Oh, mine would definitely be similar to Molly Weasley's, I think, which is she sees like each member of her family dead on the floor. So like that would just be my
That's
worst nightmare, I think.
where I was going. I was going into some pretty dark shit. I just thought, let's not go there.
Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty
But what,
yeah, sorry, it's a pretty heavy question.
trying to lighten up the mood here a little bit. Now, what about Bets? What about some of the other F-Beats girls?
I have no clue what theirs would be.
Fair enough.
It's not sort of the sort of thing you discuss, you know, flippantly, really, is it? It's
I don't
kind
know.
of a deep question.
I thought you were going to ask me. I didn't realize we were going to get so deep. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. All right. Okay.
I wondered. No, because honestly, because here's my my answer to that is that at the Q&As, I told you this story. One of the first ever Comic-Con panel type situations was Atlanta. I want to say Dragon Con 2007. I'm willing to make a stab in the dark at, and I'm not particularly comfortable in a room for lots of people, especially when you're the only one talking or whatever. Anyway, long story short was that this tiny little cute little girl, she must have been 6 years old, in a Gryffindor. She's like, "Hello, Tom. Hello, Dom. Okay." She's like, "Is flying a broomstick as much fun as it looks?" Or something along those lines. Or rather, how do they do the flying? And I hadn't done it before, so I just jumped to the truth, because I always think, you know, a good idea. So I said, "Oh no, it's not flying at all. It's just sort of like a swing. They like strap you to a metal pole, put a massive fan in front of your face, and that's it." And there was like a good 5 or 10 second silence where that answer. No one appreciated it. And then I sort of try to save myself at the end to be like, just wait till you're 11 and you'll find out, or something along those. But I'm not saying lying is the way to go. It's just we're there to celebrate all the efforts that went into it, not to pick them apart.
Yeah. No, I absolutely get that. All right, let's have some fun questions then to lighten the mood.
Just to finish that, this is what I do. Got that. Just to finish it, this is what I do when I get asked the questions of, "What did you think about scene 39? You know, on the 4th film, in between the." And he said, "Because you said us, and it should have been." And I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, you're absolutely right. And tell me, how would you say it? Or what's your favorite? What's your favorite spell? What's your favorite?" I was so I fire back, and that's my protective code, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to do it to you too.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm asking you some pretty tough questions, so that's fair enough. All right. Here's a fun question for you. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. Instinct.
Okay.
That was the answer.
Okay.
A burger's
next one. No, true. True. And here in Australia, we have sausage sizzles, which is not the same as a hot dog. It's a sausage in bread dough. And I wouldn't consider that a sandwich either. So I'm with you on that.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could go. We could go into the depths of Lord Sandwich to find. But no, I don't think. Right. You know what? That's one of the most important questions I've ever been asked.
It's like a defining moment in your career.
Well,
I get that.
That's what started my career in the first place. It was just the love for the sandwich. No, come on.
All right. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
I just bought a 2-liter tub of Haagen-Dazs chocolate. I'm famously unbitty. I don't like bits in my ice cream until it was completely rocked. And this is not a plug. I don't get any residuals or some incentive at all. But the apple crumble ice cream at Harry Potter Land. What's the ice cream shop? Flourish and Block? No,
Fortescue's ice cream parlor.
Thank you very much. That's the one. Oh my God, yeah, that one. Last time I was there, I I want to say something like 6 scoops in a couple of hours. They were being very, very accommodating, and I wasn't feeling particularly well, so I was just resting in my room, and they kept calling, saying, "Is there anything we can get you?" Oh, if you're offering, I would love some more apple crumble ice cream. I was like a diva. Sent someone to the park to get it and bring it back to me. It was that was a real diva moment. But anyway, it's good shit. Check it out.
Oh, apple's my favorite, so I'm totally in on that next time I'm there.
But the crumble is just sort of a mass of gooey, like, I don't know. It's good. It's good stuff. Yeah.
It sounds excellent. All right. What's your go-to topping on a pizza?
Prosciutto.
Nice. Fancy.
Pepperoni is a little feisty for me, but yeah, ham, some sort of ham. I mean, I'm not against the margarita, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Classic, very classic.
What about you?
I like the pepperoni actually, and I sometimes get it with Italian sausage as well.
I do like that. The Italian sausage is good. I had a meat feast at some point the other day. It was very good. What's your brand? What do you go to? Where are you from? You got your Domino's. You got your local park pizza, or?
Oh well, there are two that I tend to sort of frequent. One's Pizza Hut, classic.
Love. Hut. We had a hut the other day. The crust. I'm a big crust guy. They do there's something very good about the crust.
My other one, shout out to my local pizza shop, So Slice. Woohoo!
Well, I look forward to having a slice of them one day. Do they do is it Pizza Hut style or is it thin?
It's not soup. It's not like thin crust thin. It's like kind of in the middle.
Right on.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's very good.
The Napolitan pizzas, not Neapolitan. That's the ice cream, but basically the flour. It's I guess grown in Naples, or I don't know. Yeah, it creates pizza. I do like a good traditional Italian pizza.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that one.
Because there was
right.
I've met pizza lovers who are like Chicago or who invented the pizza, which of course it's a silly question. Italy was well ahead, I'm presuming. I have no idea really, but
I've never had a Chicago style pizza, so that's something.
Most of a Chicago pizza. Yeah, it's a hearty meal.
I can imagine. It looks daunting, to be perfectly honest with you. All right, my next question. Sorry?
I got through it.
Oh, good.
We've blocked up.
Okay. My next question, and I hope he's listening, is about Derek. How did you meet Derek? And are you aware of Derek Nation?
We'll go. Where did I meet him? There was a rest stop at a gas station about 450 miles just outside of Idaho. Cubicle 3, 4 in the morning. No, we met each other in Vancouver. So I was in Vancouver for nearly a year, shooting The Flash. And funny enough, actually, it's a lovely story. The costume designer, Kate Main, who is one of the most fabulous people in the world, she dressed Julian as slick as Julian was dressed. And she was also a really, really good bluegrass musician. And I never played bluegrass before, but she plays the double bass. And she has a guitar maker, luthier, friend of hers called Warren Murphy. He made me a guitar, and basically they were really sweet, and they let me kind of join in. This is in a stage where, as you know, I've never really played a band. I don't have any group knowledge. It's a thing. It's a skill that you acquire, definitely, as Derek certainly has. But anyway, we were at a local bar called the Heatley. Shout outs to the Heatley in Vancouver, and I basically finished up fucking up their set by playing the wrong chords at the wrong time. But it was a very healthy experience, and we'd come out and Derek was there watching. He asked to play my guitar. I was like, what a dick move. my guitar
Yeah,
down.
who would ever play someone else's guitar? I mean, geez.
And then to try to be like, oh, hey, dude, you like John Mayer? And he started playing John Mayer a lot better than I could play it, and I was immediately pissed off. And then we talked about Llewyn Davis. Somehow in the middle of Llewyn Davis came out by the Coen brothers. We're both huge Coen brothers fans, and we relentlessly quote them throughout the day. But Llewyn Davis was fairly recent then, a couple of years or whatever. And we talked about the song. I never played it because it's not really an uplifting number, but it's one of my favorite tunes. Can I play it? Or a bit of it?
Go for it.
Hang me, oh, hang me. I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, oh, hang me. 'Cause I'll be dead and gone. Last thing I heard him say, it won't be long now for you die. Oh boy, I've been all around this world. Been around Cape Girardeau and parts of Arkansas. You have to do it in the southern. Been around Cape Girardeau and parts of Arkansas. I got so goddamn hungry that I would hide behind a straw. Poor boy, I've been all around this world. I've been up on the mountain, 'cause there I made my stand. Went up on the mountain, 'cause there I made my stand. With a rifle on my shoulder and a dagger in my hand. Poor boy, I've been all around this world. All around this world. So put the noose around my neck. Hung me up so high. Put the noose around my neck. Hung me up so high. Last thing I heard him say, it won't be long now for you die. Poor boy, I've been all around this world. All around this world. Something like that. It's pretty.
Tear it up a bit.
It's a bit somber.
Yeah, it's lovely, but haunting.
Thank God I listened to this. Now I feel like. So, okay, I'll uplift it. One of the last times I played this, this is hilarious. I hope he's listening. Was at my house many years ago. We're talking, I don't know, whenever I saw the film, probably 5 years ago. And me and one of my very good friends, Paul Hodge, I'm sure you've seen me golfing with at some point or other. Brilliant Australian friend of mine who lives in LA, who's not very well at the moment, actually. So I send out all my love and shout outs to Hodgie. But anyway, the story goes, 1 a.m, and we'd had a few drinks, and I went outside and I said to him, I want to play this really emotive song because it's heartbreaking. It's utterly gut-wrenching song, but it's done in a way which is folk music. You know, Llewyn Davis, Dave Van Ronk was famous for that sort of sound. Anyway, long story short, so we were outside for a cigarette. Must have been 1:30 a.m, and I was, we were getting into it. So, been around Cape Girardeau, and eventually, the next door neighbor opened up the door. I was like, been around Cape. Wait, will you shut the fuck up? Sorry. I was really setting a moment, and then it went completely tits up as soon as that door opened. But to the day, it's still one of his favorite songs because of it. So anyway, yeah, that's how Derek and I bonded. It was over that, and then in fact, that nestles very neatly into what we're doing, isn't it? As far as conventions and fan groups and stuff like that, it's not really about just loving what it is that you love. It's about sharing it with someone else and knowing that other people are feeling the same way. I mean, conventions are a great example because you might queue up for 3 hours to meet, Christopher Lloyd, but more often than not, you meet someone in that queue, and you start talking to this and that. The amount of people that I've met that are like, "You'll never guess this," but we got engaged because we met each other at Comic-Con. It's like, I see it all the time. And even, to a beautifully relatively small example, the Feltbeats girls and our relationship over the last decade or so, it's about community rather than like discerning which piece of art is better than not, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And those sort of bonds forged will last a lifetime, essentially.
They really do. They really do. At least, well, so far.
Yeah, well,
We'll
have
see.
so far.
I'll say.
So the end of that question was, do you know about Derek Nation, which I think was briefly mentioned?
I mean, I don't want any excuse to bring his name up. I don't want it. Other than if we're not slandering. What the fuck? What the hell is Derek?
I believe it's a group where they send memes to each other on Instagram.
Okay. I have a feeling that I don't want to hear about this. Yeah, don't. Because
apparently Derek's very funny.
Because I'm completely unaware of all of the stuff that happens online. I think I'd rather stay there. It makes me feel more confident. I'm not being scrutinized.
That's fair enough.
But I'm sure
just going to take these out because they're like...
Can you still hear me? Can you say something?
Yeah. Yeah. There was a delay.
Excellent. All right. I think I wore them out. All right. Yeah, it's only technology. Okay, a couple of random kind of questions then, and we'll almost basically be done, I think. Okay.
But I'm curious now because no, hang on, hold the horses. The line of comments has stopped. Is that just because no one's commenting, or because we're on the wrong? I feel like this was the comment that we first woke up to. Am I just being...
People are still commenting down the bottom.
Oh, I can't see it. I can't see it.
Well, Lady Serial just said hello. Someone just said Harry Potter. I love you, Tom.
No, this is what I'm here for. I'm trying to learn, because also before we leave each other, we have to advertise the home party. Home party. Friends, I'm going to become really good at social media. I'm going to become an influencer. That's what the cool kids are calling. But I'm not seeing shit. So I'm going to exit and then rejoin.
Okay.
It didn't work. I just turned it around.
Oh dear. Okay. So Tom's gone now. I'm gonna see if I can read some things while he's doing that. Okay. By the way, I noticed someone said hi to me, because I'm their art teacher. Hi. Did that work? Waiting for Tom Felton. Thank you. Oh, so many nice comments about my hair. Blondies in Melbourne. Blondies of Melbourne, I should say. Big shout out. Oh, thank you. No, it still says waiting for Tom, so I don't know what he's doing. Can you ask him to rap for us? All right. If there's a moment. Hi, Laurie. Laurie, just there is one of the other Feltbeats admins. Hi. Big shout out to Bets and to Sandra as well. All right. Let's cancel that. Let's see if he's requested again. It's still there, so it should. Oh, hi, Adelaide. Argentina. Oh, there we go. Ah!
This is Derek and the Pizza Nut.
Bye, Derek.
All right, that's enough, mate. Piss off.
Hey,
Flex,
I'm in the spot.
flexing his muscles. Wait, is there more than one of us?
Is there more than one what?
What the?
Can you see them now? Can you see the comments now?
I can hear myself go. I mean, that was about 20.
Oh, it's just you.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know, but it was
Yeah, I can see the comments, but we're clearly. Okay, yeah, fuck this.
Okay, so Tom's going to try that again. Oh dear. All right. I'm not sure he's going to come back, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Okay, he's got a request there. Let's try this again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to try.
No, you're good. There's no playback.
Okay, shall I try and request? You try and request me.
Okay, you want to go live, and then I'll request.
Let's try. I'll be vigilant.
Okay.
Play a song in
All
the
right.
meantime. Nice peel.
Okay.